Hi everyone, I'm Suzanne. Welcome back. In today's video, I am going to share with you all of the nature books that I have purchased over the last couple months. I decided to do this when I realized I had a huge stack. Some of these nature books you've been seeing in other videos. I bought them for specific reasons, and some I bought because I simply love them. These books were bought from multiple vendors. For example, some came from Book Outlet, some came from Chapters Indigo in Canada, some came from Amazon, and there are a couple from a local secondhand bookstore. And for those in Nova Scotia, that's the Dartmouth Book Exchange. She has a lovely selection of books, so there's a plug for her. Why don't we start with the two books that I did thrift? And the first one is the National Geographic Field Guide to Birds in North America. And I wasn't sure if I wanted this when she asked me, and then when I went in and saw it, it was an absolute yes for me. I like it when these field guides keep it simple and have lots of pictures to help you identify and then give you just enough information, but not too much that you're overloaded. And the next book that I got there is the Nova Scotia Birds, 120 Common Inland Birds. And the reason that I wanted this one specifically, it's because it's written and illustrated by Jeffrey C. Domm. I really love his nature books. So these I know are specific to Nova Scotia. I have a few more that are specific to Nova Scotia by the same author. I definitely want to show you because I know this author and illustrator has done books for other parts of Canada as well. But look, I wanted to show you, this is what I love about this, the simplicity of it. You see the birds, and he always does the same thing. So the size and identification, their foot, about their feet, and then he shows, I love this, eggs, actual size, or he says to scale. So for that bird, it's the actual size of the egg. What bird is this? Oh, a boreal chickadee. And then it has the backyard feeders that you could put out to attract these type of birds and the nesting locations of where they live. And it's like that for every bird. So once you get to know your field guide, it's easy to go from there. So I think that's really easy for kids as well. Those are the two that I got thrifting. I'm going to continue on with the books from Jeffrey C. Domm. And I'm going to show you these. I'm laughing because my partner, Michael, had never used his points off one of his credit cards, ended up getting over $300 worth of gift cards for our local Chapters Indigo. I knew one of the things I wanted to do was to buy all the pocket guides for our local area by Jeffrey Domm, and I'm going to show you those. Now, I have one more that's coming in the mail, and it's on tree and shrubs, but I'll show that, I guess, in another haul. I was really happy to find this there at the store when I went in because online they said they didn't have it. It seemed to be a hard book to find. And this is the East Coast Wildflowers. So this is for New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island in Canada. And again, I love the simplicity and the amount of detail shown within. Okay, so I'll go through these quickly in case you're not in Nova Scotia, you don't have that much interest. If there are those watching this video from Nova Scotia and you want me to do a more in-depth look at these books, then I will. So we have East Coast Fossils, East Coast Backyard Nature Guide, and in this particular book, it has common birds, butterflies, insects, mammals, amphibians, wildflowers, trees, and mushrooms. So this is a little bit thicker, of course, because it has way more information, and it's fantastic. That's one definitely to put in your backpack when you're going hiking or out on a nature study. And these I thought would be fantastic for our summer projects. If you saw that video, one of our summer projects is we are doing seashore animals. So I thought this would be great. East Coast seabirds. And this one is East Coast whales, sharks, and dolphins. You might see those again. I've been considering doing a haul for everything I got from those points and those gift cards. If that interests you, leave a comment down below and I'll do a haul for that specifically. I think it would be a lot of fun. It ended up 3 separate orders of books that I absolutely love. There's literally one nature book included in 3 of our daily reads baskets. So the first one is part of my morning routine reads, so the books I read in the morning. And then there's one that's included in the daily reads I do with my daughter for homeschooling. And the third one is included in my evening reads. So we'll start backwards this time, and I'll show you the one for the evening reads. That's upside down. Life in the Garden, and it's by Penelope Lively. Best-selling author Penelope Lively takes up her key themes of time and memory and her lifelong passions for art, literature, and gardening in this philosophical and poetic part memoir. And in here she talks a lot about gardening and authors that have also written about gardening and her experience gardening. So far it has been a lovely read, and I'm excited to have this on my bookshelf. I love the fact that I'm now going to be reading this in the evenings this summer as part of my evening reads. And continuing to go backwards through the day is Grow, Forage, and Make Fun Things to Do with Plants. And this is in the basket of books that my daughter and I are reading daily for homeschool. So besides the fact these are gorgeous illustrations, even the color of the pages is gorgeous. This gives us activities to do throughout the summer and leading into the fall, and definitely going to be one that I put in our basket much earlier next year. The final book is one I received for Mother's Day. I asked for this gorgeous book. It's called Slow Down, 50 Mindful Moments in Nature. And once I finish my morning routine, this is the book that I'm going to read with my daughter for 15 minutes to help me transition into my role as a mother and homeschooler for the day. So lovely. I thought this is a great one for this time of year. And this is definitely in my pile of beautiful nature books. And if you'd like to see a video of the other books that I have that I consider to be gorgeous nature books, please leave it in the comments below and I'll be sure to make that video. This next one is a little bit out of the ordinary, but this is called World of Wonders and Praise of Fireflies, Whale Sharks, and Other Astonishments. And I love this book. This is part of Morgan Long's Patreon community, and this is our group read for the month of June. And this is about author Amy growing up, and she's lived all over the United States, and her mom is from the Philippines and her dad is from India. And it's about her experience growing up in the United States. Her story is kind of threaded and weaved and told really through her experiences with animals over the years. I just wanted to see if I could quickly show you a couple of the illustrations in here. I mean, it's not heavy on the illustrations, but the ones that are there are beautiful. And I have read about 3 stories in here. I'll just show you the table of contents to give you an idea of what this book is like. And I'm loving it. I definitely wanted to sink into it and enjoy it like you do in like a vat of chocolate or a homey, I don't know, flowers, nature. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just had a vision of reading, you know, in the middle of the forest in that cool, okay, it's really hot, so I'm thinking of cool, but the forest is so lovely in the summers, the smell and just the feel. Oh, okay. I'm digressing. Here's the table of contents. I'm hoping you can see that. So yeah, firefly, peacock, home jelly, touch me note, cattle paw tree, Norwell, a dancing frog. Okay, so I don't know where you guys are when you're watching this, but I will tell you, the evening that I'm filming this is so humid and hot. Oh my gosh, but you don't want to complain, right? Like, you don't want to complain, especially here where I live. We definitely have like 4 seasons, so it's almost like you feel you don't want to complain because we've waited a really long time for warm weather. I want to show you, if you're not familiar with the Thinking Tree Fun Schooling books, I am in love with this one. This one is called, the Bird Watching Journal, Nature Study, and Backyard Science. And if you've seen some of our daily reads baskets in the past, you know that we do a lot of bird study in my home, which started with our daily reading of Thornton W. Burgess's Bird Book that takes place in the briar patch with Peter Rabbit, and he introduces us to all these birds, and we love it. And another one is the 12 Months in the Forest Nature Study Handbook, and this gives you things to do every month, and poems every month. It's really gorgeous. I love these books. If you want to get a better peek inside or look inside these books, check out my video. I've done an inside look at these videos specifically, and I will link them above and below so you can do that. Another gorgeous book that I received recently is called Into the Forest, and this is Wander Through Our Woodland World, illustrated by Jane McGinnis. And this is written by Christiane Dorion, and I really kind of went on about this in one of my last book hauls because it's one of my now favorites. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's stunning, and it's full of information. And the author is an environmentalist and a biologist, and she has written this and donated all the money. The intention behind this book is really to get kids thinking about and trying to conserve the environment and nature. It's absolutely stunning. This is definitely one of my favorite finds for this year because it hits all bases in terms of beauty, education, nature, intention behind this book. Well written. Okay, I really feel like I'm forgetting some books, but if so, then I guess you'll see a number 2 video. One thing I know I would love to show you that pertains to nature is some of the curriculum that I've bought from other homeschool moms about nature specifically, and a few of those are currently at a printing house getting bound. There'll be a few things in the upcoming month or 2 that if you're really into nature studies and nature resources, I think you'd like to see. If you like this video, certainly hit like, but if you want to see more, hit subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I upload a new video, and I will see you soon with another bookish video.